Welcome back to the Asylum. I'm Kane.
I'm Jasean.
And we are the Arkham inmates. And we are back for another Fancast Friday. Yes, another beautiful Friday. And we hope your guys is going extremely well. And if you're on the Patreon and one of the Patreon members, you got this on Thursday. So you got Fancast Thursday. But for the Fancast Friday Reborn series, we are now going back and going through all of our old characters, the ones that we love the best, and giving brand new stories or sequels to the stories we've already written. And we are going to go through. So this time we are doing the Avengers. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so if you already don't know how this goes, I go first, Jasean goes second. We have all of the Fancast Fridays from last year, including the first Avengers Fancast Friday that me and Jay created. So you can go watch that one. That one will be in the link in up top, probably the card here it will go through. But we are going to get right into it. So for mine, it is called the Avengers Galaxy of Death. Here is my movie. After the invasion of the Skrulls, the Avengers have now split up once again and have now gone their separate paths, but Nick Fury is keeping tabs on all of them. About a month later, S.H.I.E.L.D. gets a distress signal coming from deep space, stating that the colony of Nowhere has been attacked and destroyed by an unknown being of insane cosmic power. The Guardians of the Galaxy have fought and lost to this foe and are requesting help from anyone that receives the signal. Nick Fury calls his Avengers in as fast as possible, gets them together, and sends them to space, to the last known location of the Guardians, so that they may help as much as they can. Once they're there, the Avengers touch base with the Guardians and try to come up with the strategy to defeat this cosmic being of immense power, before he wipes out any other planets, including Earth, who is next in his way. Can the Avengers and the Guardians together defeat this villain, or will the universe cease to exist?
That was longer than 1 minute.
No, it was not.
I'm kidding.
I time all of mine. I actually have 18 seconds to spare on that one. So, the main villain is going to be Korvac. Do you know who Korvac is? Okay, so there is the Avengers Guardians line. So this comes from a comic series. But I love the Guardians of the Galaxy and I love the Avengers. So it's a great mix. So the Korvac is basically an immense, he's just immense cosmic energy. He's this ethereal looking dude. He looks like a glowing red universe, but he has immense power, and his sole purpose is he wants to erase the universe so he can recreate the universe how he wants to create it. And so basically he's just this insane cosmic being, and the Guardians fight him, but they fight him with the Avengers. It's called the Korvac Saga, and it's a good comic line. I suggest reading it, but I wanted to kind of play on that a little bit. So yeah, main villain is Korvac, and I just love in Infinity War and Endgame when the Guardians and the Avengers are together. I think the jokes between them is fun. I think a great combination of a super outlaw team mixed with a super government team just works. So the cameos, this is really funny. I want Chris Pratt, Chris Hemsworth, and Chris Evans, and I want them. I want a cafe called Cafe Chris, and I want them sitting in it, and they're all just having. It's called Cafe Chris, and they're like, "How you doing, Chris? How you doing, Chris?" I just want the Chris's. For the cast, so this is a really stacked cast. A lot of these are the ones that I've already used from other Avengers movies, because this is the sequel. So as the beginning, my first Avengers movie was about the Skrulls invading, and it was Invasion of the Skrulls. So this one's after the Invasion of the Skrulls, so this is a direct sequel. So for my cast, Captain America, Alan Richardson. I just think perfect build, perfect everything. Bruce Banner or Hulk. So Bruce Banner's gonna be Jay Bruchel, and then Hulk's gonna be Fred Tatasciore, because I do like a talking Hulk. I don't like a dumb Hulk. Thor, Charlie Hunnam, love him. Black Widow, Mila Jovovich. Ant-Man is gonna be Edward Norton. Hawkeye is gonna be Scott Eastwood. I just love that look for him. Iron Man, David Cornsweet. And then that finishes for the Avengers line. Nick Fury, he's just gonna be he's not going to space, but he's there.
The coordinating.
Yeah. So he's a coordinating. So, but he's a part of it. So it's gonna be Denzel Washington. Same amount, like Sam Jackson is kind of in the Avengers, but it's little bits. So, yeah, Denzel Washington. Then going on to the Guardians of the Galaxy, Star-Lord, Cameron Monaghan. I think he's a perfect looking Star-Lord. Yeah. The way he looks in the Star Wars series and everything, and also the games, he's just perfect for it. Gamora, Lupita Nyong'o. She's what would you know her from? She's in Black Panther, but she's his girlfriend, but she's also in Us, Jordan Peele. Yeah. I think she'd be a great Gamora. Drax, Tom Hardy. And then what was
her face when Will Smith slapped the fuck out of Chris?
Oh, she's behind him. She goes like that. Yeah, she's behind Will.
It was a bit at first. Yeah. She started laughing, and he said,
"Keep my wife's name."
When he got to "Ow, your fucking mouth,"
yeah,
she went.
Yeah, she was like, yeah. Drax, Tom Hardy. I think I'm going for the Bronson build or the Bane build for that. Groot, voice acting, Kevin Michael Richardson, just a dark voice. I think that'd be Groot. Rocket Raccoon, Nolan North. He plays a great Rocket Raccoon in Marvel Rivals. I just love the voice of it.
King
Plus,
of the North.
Nolan North is just really good at doing very of those like, hey, I'm Rock, those voices. And then I'm gonna add 2 new ones to the Guardians. Just add it. Cosmo. That's gonna be Maria Bakalova, which is the same girl that played Cosmo in Guardians 3. I just loved her voice from that. And then Yondu, I love Yondu as a character, and he's super powerful. But like, it would be really cool to see him on screen. But I was gonna keep Michael Rooker because I think Michael Rooker is. I think he just played it perfectly.
Who's that?
But who's Yondu or who's Michael Rooker? Which bit are you doing here? No, shut up. So Yondu, I have Woody Harrelson. I think if anyone else is gonna play Yondu, the
Woody
cowboy
Harrelson.
type way, is gonna be Woody Harrelson.
Who's that?
Carnage from Leathery Carnage from Venom 2.
Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, he's in a bunch of shit that you already know, so don't stop with this dumbass bit. So, yeah, I just really wanted a dope space movie, having the Avengers in space, the Guardians of the Galaxy mashup, fight this immense cosmic being, right? And so, for Korvac, now, Korvac is, like, let me show you a picture of him. He is a being, but it's energy. It's like...
Vilgax.
Yeah, that's funny, Vilgax. So he's like an energy. So I don't know, like maybe CGI mainly, but he's just this supernova or cosmic energy. So I was gonna do a cosmic.
Is that a Guardians of the Galaxy
ethereal
reference?
thing? No, but I was gonna do a cosmic ethereal thing. So voice acting mainly, but it would be the silhouette of him. But I wanted to do Troy Baker.
Kind of like how what the Thunderbolts did whenever he became. Everything was dark, but his voice
Void. So it's the silhouette. So it's gonna be that, and it's gonna kind of Alien X from Ben 10, where you see the eyes and everything. I kind of want that energetic thing where you see like the stars and everything in him. So, but the voice is Troy Baker. You know Troy Baker?
Yep.
Okay. He's just I love his
You just asked the anime guy. Do you know Troy Baker?
Oh, he does anime too?
Dude, he's in a lot of fucking anime.
Really?
I'll show you.
Oh. I'll hear his voice. Like he's not in My Hero. I haven't heard him yet.
I don't believe he's in My Hero.
Oh,
I don't think
okay.
he's in My Hero.
But I love Troy Baker. I mean, just like his Joker, his Arthur Morgan, like other shit that he's done, and he's also in Iron Lung, which was really good. But he's good at villains, and he's good at like the imposing side of like I'm going to take this unit, kind of that Ultron speak. He's very good at characters that are monotone, not like super like I will destroy the earth, like with that Infinity Sword, like nothing crazy. I just wanted to be kind of scary, kind of like Void, where he's just like, why do you try? Like, stuff like that. Yeah. So, but yeah, the Avengers and Guardians in space, I think it'd be sick. But, let's see what Jasean has in store. Alright, we're gonna get into Jasean's Avengers Fancast.
Mine is called Avengers, KANG Dynasty. Across Earth 616, cities burn beneath the banners of victorious Kang the Conqueror, a ruthless future tyrant who has rewritten history itself. Every timeline bends to his will, and all the Avengers fall. Except for Doctor Strange. With his dying breath, he fractures reality, points 6 Avengers from different timelines as a desperate gamble against the inevitability. An aged godlike Thor carrying the weight of the Odin Force. An old Captain America who believes in honor and victory. A violent Scarlet Witch, afraid of her own power. A young Spider-Man pulled from the moment of his greatest failure. A young, smart, but immature Blue Marvel. And Kate Bishop, powerless, precise, and underestimated. As Kang tightens his grip on the time itself, these fractured heroes must come together and save the multiverse.
Okay, yeah. I like that. Yeah, so that's fucking dope. Blue Marvel, what a great underrated.
I needed someone strong to take on Kang. Like I can't
underrated. Yeah. I really like the idea of like, so in the beginning you start out with the original Avengers, and then they all die, and then Strange also dies.
No, Strange, he dies, but before he dies.
Yeah, he dies, but fractures it, and then it grabs everybody.
He just grabs.
I will say, why are you? It sounds like you're grabbing some of the worst team members.
I got good team members and bad team members.
So, well, you said an aged up Thor with the weight of the old Thor force, but still, any Thor is pretty powerful. But old Captain America.
An old Captain America
what are we thinking old wise? Like,
I'm not talking like geezer, like, oh my back.
No, I know, but like 40s isn't old.
I'm talking like a mature, we could go like 50s. I'm talking a very older, mature. If you're 50, you're fucking old.
No.
Please stop it, Kane.
50 is halfway. You're not old. Old would be like 65 and up is old.
Please, Kane, 50's old. You're not. Oh, my back. But you're old.
No, I would say
Okay,
like
whatever. No, I don't want to argue. With this.
50s?
Please, I just don't want to.
50s. That's crazy. You're not even halfway dead yet.
But this Captain America is older. He's old man, but he's not. Ow, my back hurts. But he's old. He has a lot of.
He's a super soldier.
He has a lot of experience and just. I wanted someone that wasn't like after the formula, you know, young or whatever, or you know, kind of just like frozen in time, comes back with the Avengers. But what is he, like 30s, maybe 20, 28,
When he is
30?
unfrozen,
When he's unfrozen,
probably like 28, 29.
yeah, like 28,
Probably
30,
even less.
somewhere around
Because
there. He was 18 whenever they started,
Yeah.
right? So in my head, Captain America, when he comes unfrozen, he's like damn near, he's like 30, you know, no older than 35. But I wanted someone with more experience, and you know what I mean, that could lead a team.
But yeah, I mean, so why? There was one in there that made no sense to me.
So we got a violent Scarlet Witch, afraid of her own
That
power.
makes sense, yeah.
We have a young Spider-Man pulled from the moment of his greatest failure.
Yeah, what is that about? So
like his greatest failure, I wanted him pulled out from the moment because he's fresh, he just got his powers, and now he's watching Uncle Ben die, and then boom, he just gets
that's his
fucked.
greatest failure.
It's one of his. That's
Okay,
like pretty much.
I just think it's specific because when I kept hearing it, you went an old Thor written by Thor Force. I was like, okay, so that's not. Like,
he's not written.
I'm not written, but I'm just choosing words. But I'm saying like the idea of that's. I'm like, ooh, that was like a sour taste because I'm like, okay, well, he's not gonna be at peak strength. And then you said an old
Thor?
Captain America, and I'm like, damn,
Thor's
that's
not going to be a peak strength.
The way you said it, you said an old Thor, burdened by the Odin Force. What'd you say?
An aged godlike Thor carrying the weight of the Odin Force.
An aged godlike Thor carrying the weight of the Odin Force. So that was like, okay, that's not peak Thor. That's an aged Thor. That's an experienced Thor.
Yeah,
he's
experience,
not peak Thor.
and he has the Odin Force.
Yeah, but he's not peak Thor. That's why I was weird. And then with the next one, when you said an old Cap, I was like, okay, that's weird. Like, why? Like, that's not a peak Cap. And then when the next one, the Scarlet Witch, I was like, okay, that's a heavy hitter. Scarlet Witch, like, is scared of her own power, so she's gonna be very off-putting of using it. But then Spider-Man had a greatest failure. I'm thinking of like,
the reason
somebody
I
die,
picked
or
these
like
two,
Gwen die.
let me just
or like
explain
other
all
shit.
this before we keep going. The reason I picked two older Avengers, Cap and Thor, is because wisdom comes with age, and a lot of like two of these characters, Spider-Man, Scarlet Witch, especially Scarlet Witch, you're gonna need two guys that are kind of captain-like. Obviously Captain America, but then Thor, and you want someone that'll lead and guide people that are mentally broken because they were pulled out from moments of time that were like not good for them. You know what I mean? You don't want like some 20-year-old fucking kid that's leading the team like, hey, don't worry about it. You would rather listen to. That's why I picked those two, and I want them powerful as shit. But
that's what I was saying is that the way when you said it is because I kept hearing things that weren't powerful in the sense of like the peakness, and you're having to go against KANG.
Odin
so that's why
is
I
an
was
old
like,
man, but he's fucking powerful as fuck.
Yes and no. It's more in the sense of like peak. He's always powerful, but like when I'm thinking KANG, I'm thinking like, okay, everyone, you're building a peak team, but it sounds like you built a team that is going to be what's it called? Be not disorderly.
Dysfunctional.
Dysfunctional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the idea.
Yeah, that's the idea, and I get that, but that's why I was like, you have the Scarlet Witch who doesn't want to use her power, even though she has immense power, which adds a little bit of spice. But then you have an old Captain America. So immediately, and obviously, my old is not your old. So when you read old Captain America, I'm thinking like 70s, thinking 60s, 70s. You obviously had a different thought of that, so that's why that explains that. But I was thinking like 60s, 70s Cap. I'm like, why the fuck would he be there? He's gonna die. And then you said an aged Thor, which Thor is already thousands of years old. So I'm thinking Odin level age, which Odin, as he gets older, he gets weaker. And then Odin Force, if he has the pressure of the Odin Force, like it makes him powerful, but he also, the Odin Force is extremely bearing. So I'm also thinking that this motherfucker is at the breaking point, and he is also coming in here with this old ass man, with this crazy girl that doesn't know her powers. And then when I heard Spider-Man's failure, I'm thinking of like, he just lost Gwen, he just lost something. So now you have this deranged Spider-Man who's like out for blood at some points that is going to be reeled in, or he's going to be so depressed. He's like, he doesn't even see anything in the world, which is also like, this seems more dysfunctional than the Thunderbolts. And then the young Blue Marvel, which if you know anything about Blue Marvel, that motherfucker just is a menace. So like, he's just gonna go off and do whatever he wants.
That's why I wanted him, especially young and he's
no, that's
smart,
what I'm saying. Like he's also not going to listen to anybody, and he's just going to go off.
That's
and
why
kill
I wanted these two
He's
old
gonna
men.
just take yeah. And then what was the last one?
We had Kate Bishop.
That's the only one that makes sense. When you first said it, I'm like a sharp Kate Bishop. I'm like, so the only person that's going to be actually logically playing the game and attacking and having the peakness would be Kate.
Like
that's why, because when you read it, I have all these set things in my head of what. That's why I was like, this sounds like a very bad team. Like out of all the people that Strange could have got before he died, he couldn't.
But it wasn't.
He couldn't have grabbed fucking. He couldn't have grabbed. He couldn't have grabbed like the peak fucking Captain America from like 817, and you couldn't grab.
He's like dying breath, like just grabbing who the fuck he can before he dies.
That's what I'm saying. Like
the idea.
I thought you were going in the realm of he made this last spell, and now you have King Thor coming in. You have 817 Cap coming in. You have like you have 2099
It's
Spider-Man
a good movie,
coming in.
but it's not a fun movie. If everyone's overpowered and you're just consistently gonna watch for an hour of
I didn't want overpowered. I just thought. When I kept hearing aged and I kept hearing things that are bearing and an old and I kept hearing this, I was like, is he just bringing in people to die? Because Kang is just going to mop the floor with half of them. The only one he would have trouble with is Scarlet
Witch, Blue Marvel.
She does well. Again, Blue Marvel's stupid, and Kang has killed many Blue Marvels, so he's probably gonna take him out quickly. And then, knowing his Kang, he's gonna take Scarlet out as fast as possible as he could. And then he's just got to deal with an old Cap, an aged Thor, and then a very broken Spider-Man. So and then he's just kind of just playing with power dynamic of dominoes. That's why it's like, because Kang is so fucking powerful. Like, it's like if you said God Emperor Doom goes against, like, a fucking, like, Chris Evans himself. Like, that's how it kind of felt when you're saying these. So that's why I was like, how are these people going to defeat Kang? Like,
well, that's why, because I feel like Thor, even if he's aged, because I wanted him older, but I'm not thinking Gramps. Like, I wanted him aged, but I didn't want
that's
prime
what I'm thinking,
Thor.
Because my age and your old, obviously we're on two different wavelengths.
So my cameo, it was all the OG Avengers, because I'm not looking for a 30-minute. I'm looking for more of like a 10-minute fucking thing, like just to show that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's them and then all their dead bodies, and I want all the OG actors.
Kind of like the beginning of MK9.
Yeah. I want all the OG actors to come back and play the OG Avengers. And for my cast for the new Avengers, not the new Avengers, but the new Avengers in my fucking movie. Cap will be Harrison Ford. Obviously not that, but like, you know what I mean?
I was about to say,
they're not 70 years old.
Because we were just about to have another argument of like, Harrison
70.
Ford is 80.
Yeah, but he looks great for 80. Thor, Tom Hopper from Umbrella Academy. Lonnie Chavis from This Is Us. I'd have to show you a picture.
Yeah.
I want him as Blue Marvel, because This Is Us. Have you seen that TV show?
Oh no, I was thinking it was a movie, so no.
Okay. I didn't think so. Spider-Man, Joe Keery from Stranger Things.
Yeah, it's a good spider.
Melina Wiseman. I couldn't think of a Kate Bishop, so I started looking up some people, and then she's the best option I found. She was from the new A Series of Fortunate Events, the Netflix remake.
Oh, the one with Neil Patrick Harris?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never watched that.
So I saw a picture of her, and I was like, she looks like she'd be a good Kate Bishop. And for Kang, I would want Jonathan Majors to come back.
Come back, yeah. At first, I thought you were gonna do, when you said Kang Dynasty, I thought you were just gonna I thought you were just gonna do the Kang Dynasty script that we all didn't get and be like, so Robert Downey Jr.'s back, and like you're just doing the MCU's Kang Dynasty.
No.
That's why I almost laughed when you said that. I was just like, this dude. I mean, Jonathan Majors, I mean, there is rumors that he might be a part of Doomsday just so that Doomsday can get power. But I don't know. We'll see when the movie comes out. But is it gonna beat mine? All right, so you've heard both of our movies. You've heard mine, Avengers, Galaxy of Death.
And mine, Avengers, Kang Dynasty.
Now, which one are you going to go see? Are you going to go see the Kang Dynasty and watch Kang rip apart the first team and then battle the new set of Avengers? Or are you going to watch the Guardians of the Galaxy and the Avengers team up to fight Korvac and the entire epic space saga? Both of them sound really fucking dope. Both of them sound really fun. A whole new batch of new Avengers and battling one another to get a team that's going to be be able to fight Kang, and then you have Korvac, which is this immense cosmic entity, both very good villains, but it's not up to us, it's up to you guys to figure out which one you would rather go watch. Now, thank you guys for being a part of the Patreon and a part of the superhero tier. If you're seeing this, you saw us on Thursday, but if not, we thank you so much for being a part of the Asylum itself and being one of the inmates here at the Asylum. Peace.